Hey y'all, how's it going?
That's all they get this morning?
I'm sorry. Good morning, y'all.
That's more like it.
Welcome back. DC day 2. Our first day in DC, there was a lot of lessons learned. We got overwhelmed a little bit because we got off the subway, which in itself is part of the adventure, and we showed up at the Washington Monument. And we were like, that's awesome, let's go check it out. Well, by the time you walk there, you've walked a mile. When you get there, you'd be like, there's a reflecting pool. So you walk to the reflecting pool. And when you get there, you're at the World War II exhibit. And right there, on the other end, is old Abe Lincoln. So you're like, let's walk down there. By the time you get to Abe's house, you've done walked 2 miles. And when you're there, you might as well see the Vietnam Wall, the Korean Memorial, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. And then you gotta walk back to around the Washington Monument to at least get back home. We threw all the public transportation out the window, didn't utilize any of it. We walked 8.5 miles and we were wore out.
Not only us, but our children were worn out, and rightfully so, I would say.
I'm surprised they made as long as they did. I didn't realize we were walking so much until I looked at my tracker and I was like, I'm not telling anyone. If they know that number, they're quitting.
Whenever you get to whatever you're trying to see, you can see like 4 other things that you want to go check out. So you're like, oh, I'll just go hit those up real quick. And then by the time you realize it, you've done 8 miles.
We also took a detour and said, let's go see the White House, but you have to walk all the way around it. That itself is probably like a 2-mile round trip back to the Washington Monument. We went full tourist mode and thought we could walk everywhere. Horrible idea, but I think you should do it once. You should do it because now you have the lay of the land. And plus, it's so wide open, you don't realize how far you're walking. I think it was the best thing we could have done is show up and just get down into it and see everything.
And if you're gonna walk a lot, I say do it on day 1 so that you don't repeat that day 2, 3, and 4 if you're gonna be here a while.
We're not very good at reading the subway or the bus maps. We had to ask for help from every time we tried to get on a subway. Twice we had to ask somebody, is this right?
So I have a challenge for you today. Today, we're not allowed to ask locals anything. We got to figure it out. So if that means we get on the wrong line and we go the wrong way, we're just gonna have to figure it out. So we're not asking locals for any help today.
We have things planned today, but we're gonna utilize the public transportation. So we're not gonna fall in the trap of walking everywhere because it looks like you can. We're gonna go back and we're gonna try to hit up the things we missed from day 1, the Capitol, the Thomas Jefferson, and a few other things. And then we're gonna reward the kids, well, hopefully I reward them, something cool, something indoors, something that doesn't involve a bunch of walking to go see things.
Do you wanna tell them why we're going indoors?
Well, it's supposed to rain. I know it looks beautiful, but there's a chance of rain today at around 2:30, 3 o'clock. And we wanna go ahead and let the kids have a break. So we're gonna knock out the history stuff with the bus ride assistance, of course.
Yes.
And then we're going indoors when the rain shows up. We're gonna jump subways a few times to do this, which is a good day to practice because our next adventure, we have to jump a bunch of subways to do.
Oh, wow.
And it involves, I think, 4 different train stations and 4 different lines. Today's practice round.
All right.
See you guys at the train station. People always ask, how is it you guys are able to go on so many adventures and you never seem tired? Well, that's because we sleep on this right here. This is our RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding and we love it. Brooklyn Bedding has agreed to let us give one of these to one of you guys out there. You get to choose your size, your firmness, and your thickness. Any mattress on their website, they're going to send directly to you. And all you got to do to get entered to win is head over to pavingnewpaths.com and get yourself some of our merch. Anything from our merchandise store has you entered to win your very own Brooklyn Bedding mattress. We made it to the train station. We parked in the same spot. And that's because that's an old habit from when I worked offshore. For the last 5 years that I worked offshore and had to fly places, Elisa, did you know I parked in the very same spot at the airport every time?
I did not.
Do you know why?
Because it's not confusing when you come back home after being gone for God knows how long.
Yeah, there were times I'd go for 2 or 3 months, and the one thing I didn't have to worry about is where's my truck when I land. It may not be the exact same spot, but I'd park in the same area every single time.
You want to know the difference of me and you?
What?
I tried to park in the same spot too every day when I had to ride the park and ride. I would park my car and then I'd ride with a friend to work in a parking lot like this. But I would try and park in the same spot because 10 hours later, I wouldn't know where my car is, not 2 months later.
Wish us luck on the subway ride. See you guys at the National Mall. We made it on the subway today. We're here at the National Archives. We got off here. We have a 2-block walk that way to the National Mall, and then we should be able to catch the red circulator bus that'll take us to the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. So assuming we know what we're doing, we'll see you guys at the Thomas Jefferson Memorial after a short bus ride. To the red circulator bus stop, and I was giving Alicia the rundown when it works. I was like, you boop the card when you get on, and then you boop the card when you get off, and hopefully it all works out. And she goes, is boop the word we're using for the official public transportation training guide? And I said, yep, you just boop it.
You boop it. That's the technical term here. Boop.
That's what the lady said when she said it, so that stuck with me. I just said, just boop the card. Just boop the card. Do you have your booper ready?
Booping is about to engage. Well, I guess we're not getting on that bus.
I don't know. It says the bus stop right there.
It just kept on going. So maybe there's something else to this.
I told you it came from the wrong way.
Should we ask a local? I mean, maybe we can only not ask a local about subway stuff. We have never done this bus
The last
stuff.
bus before him stopped here. We just didn't make it in time.
I don't know.
All right, we're waiting for one more.
Okay.
Here comes the next bus.
Fingers are crossed that we're gonna get on this one.
I really hope he stops this time, because right now we could have walked there.
We are also in a terrible spot with all the food trucks, so you can smell all this delicious food. Plus, there's tons of ice cream trucks, so it's making me hungry. Let's see if anybody's getting off. We made it! Yay!
Welcome to the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. We made it successfully on our first bus trip.
I know, I think you saved us about 3,500 steps on that bus trip.
Pro tip, if you go on the bus trip, he doesn't stop unless you say you want to get off. So good thing I asked him, because he's like, well, unless you say something, I'm gonna keep driving.
Yeah, and tell him, okay, so we think that the first bus passed us because we weren't standing exactly by the pole where they pick you up, like the little bus stop pole. We were like 20 feet in front of it. So we think that maybe they didn't know we wanted to get on the bus.
We were standing where the cars weren't parked so that we get the stroller in. Apparently, if you have to stand on the sign for them to stop.
Yeah, so we learned something, but the bus ride was great. There was hardly anyone on it, and I mean, I just think about the number of steps and meltdowns it saved us, and I'm all for it.
So the last time we were here, we were right over there at the MLK Jr. Memorial, and we were gonna walk all the way around. And it's not just to here, you have to go back there and then come back around.
Everything here feels like a big giant loop. Like you can see something, but you've got to take like the longest way. I'm so glad we bailed on that last night and did not walk this, because from here, that looks so far away. I think when we were over there looking back at this, because the monument's so big, it looked, I mean, it looked far, but not undoable. So I'm so thankful we didn't walk that, because we would have died.
All right, let's go check out the memorial. Very neat. All you get?
Very neat. It's loud in there, but it's nice and cool, like the other one. Forgot the name of the other one already.
That was Abe. This is Tom.
Oh yeah, Honest Abe. Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, I think I like this one more. I don't know why.
Is it because you're by the water and the wind's blowing?
Probably so. Nice and cool. Today is a hotter day.
Ready to ride the bus?
Ready.
You sure you don't want to walk all the way over there?
I'm 110% sure I don't want to walk over there.
I guess we'll have to take the bus. We don't want to walk. We survived our second bus ride of the day. We're here back at Lincoln's house again. And we're heading right over there to the Korean War Memorial. That was the Korean War Memorial, and I think that one was probably the coolest one we've seen.
Yeah, I think with all the statues and the names, the way it was situated, that was an awesome one.
So yesterday when we were here and it got closed down and Secret Service said we had to kindly go away, we found out it was actually the president of South Korea was here viewing it privately, him and his closest 150 Secret Service agents.
I don't know how private that feels, but at least he got to come see it. We almost saw him. Wouldn't that have been neat?
Oh, we
if
were
we would have saw the
minutes
cars
away.
come up? Yeah, I mean, because it was just closing down as we got here.
You can see behind Abe's house, the storm clouds are coming in.
Yeah.
We need to jump on the red bus for one last jump way over there to the Capitol building.
All right.
And then hopefully we can get done with the Capitol before it starts raining and we get stuck somewhere we don't know how to get to without getting wet.
Yes, that's our plan anyway.
See you at the Capitol. Welcome to the United States Capitol. It's pretty impressive and all, but I'm pretty sure Texas is bigger. Just saying. So we're at the Capitol and it started to rain. So we're hanging out underneath this Capitol tree.
Two of them have rain jackets, but Kevin and I, we're gonna be soaked.
It's only 5 more minutes to the visitor center. We're trying to get inside before it starts raining real bad. We came inside here to get away from the rain, and we caught the last tour of the Capitol building.
We get to go see the Rotunda. I'm so excited.
By the way, we are the most informal people here in this entire building.
Yeah, everyone's super dressed
We should have been suited up for this. we had an accidental tour of the Rotunda. As we walked in, they saw that we wanted to see something. The usher called ahead and got us tickets printed.
Perfect accidental timing.
It was pretty cool to see. We learned that we don't actually want to do a tour because the ushers are serious. I'm gonna say that lady was good at her job. Kayla got like 11 inches away from our group and she got corrected quickly. And she was like, you have to stay right here in this circle. Alicia goes, so when are tours? I was like, we ain't doing a tour here.
I think if we do, we're gonna have to come a lot earlier in the day. Like, she knows quitting time is like 13 minutes away and she will not be a second late for quitting time. I think I saw everything I want to see there.
I'm thinking that it's not for kids because everyone there had suits on. They were serious, they were professionals. And they really, I did not see a lot of kids.
No, like there's a group going in now and I think they stay open for like the bigger tours or something, and it looked like more kids then, but everyone was in a suit. And like, she made sure to not let us go with the group before us that was all adults in suits. She's like, we'll keep you to yourselves.
All I'm saying is the kids here are high school kids on a field trip.
Yeah.
They're not those two that are playing with flowers right now.
No, they're not. And I also overheard a conversation on the way out of some ladies that were in the gift shop and they were looking at stickers and magnets, and one picked a sticker up and the lady came and told her, we're not doing any more purchases today, so you need to leave. So she made her put her sticker down and walk out of the gift shop because it's closing time. They're serious about what time they open and close.
I mean, this is the government.
Right?
This is the head government.
Right? They have to be sticklers, I guess.
So we're trying to plan our escape out of DC, and it involves us taking a different train to another train to the train we're supposed to be on to get out. But one last look at the Capitol building, and we just walked by the United States Supreme Court. I think it's really cool to see all this stuff here. You like it, Ashlyn? You like these big old buildings? Do you? Or do you just want some ice cream?
I want ice cream.
Yeah. We've had enough tours today. It's time to find some ice cream and time to find the truck.
Do you see those people on that bench?
There was a guy in a suit and a random person looked like they were jogging.
It looked like a random pedestrian. They were definitely having a CIA.
We're gonna see him behind you.
Look, right over there.
Oh yeah, CIA secrets.
He has the dark glasses and everything. They were discussing things we shouldn't overhear.
Oh, caught ya! We successfully jumped trains in the subway, and we also went to Union Station, which is the Amtrak, which threw a kink because there's multiple floors. We weren't sure where the subway actually was, and we made it back to the truck. Well, it's over there. We made it back second in a row. We didn't have to ask for no help. We actually had to ask how to use the red route, and apparently if you don't let the man know you want to get off the bus or get on the bus, he just keeps on driving by.
We're old pros now. Just call us the pros of the public transportation system.
Was using public transportation any better? I feel better.
I feel 110% better than I did yesterday at this time.
So yesterday, no public transportation, well, except for the subway getting into downtown. 18,000 steps and 8.5 miles. What do you think we walked today?
My guess is 8,000 steps. No?
Nope.
6,000 steps. Okay, I need a hint. Up or down? Oh, okay. 12,000 steps.
12,000 steps,
Oh.
5.5 miles.
Oh my gosh. And I feel great.
So using public transportation, we still walked 5.5 miles. And we didn't even get to see everything we wanted to do today. We had plans to go to one of the Smithsonian museums, but we ran out of time because we call it the Accidental Capitol Tour. We had a great day. We hope you enjoyed it. We're going back tomorrow for our third day in DC, and we're gonna jump multiple trains, and we're going to the famous Arlington Cemetery. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one.